Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you're new here, my name's Koa and this is Koa's Plant Corner. So today's going to be a little bit of a shorter video because I'm just going to be repotting a few of my Anthurium seedlings. I did post a video a little while back about how I grow my seedlings from seed to seedling. If you're interested, I'll go ahead and put that video in the cards right now. But I'm going to be repotting some of them and I can show you the substrate that I use for them. And also I'll show you what I'm potting them in and everything. So it'll be a really quick video. Also, this is my first time filming, like, this is my camera here. And I have my phone here as well. So I'm going to try to figure it out and put them both on the screen. So I'm going to adjust the setup in a second. But before I do, please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're interested in more repotting videos, go ahead and let me know down below. And I definitely can have more repotting videos for you because I have a lot to repot. Even though it is winter time, I do repot some plants that are in my greenhouse because the weather doesn't really change in the greenhouse, you know. So I do have a little bit more repotting to do. So let me know if this is interesting to you. If so, I'll have more in the future. And yeah, let's get into it. We're going to be doing seedlings. So now I'm going to turn on my second camera. Before I do, really quick, I'm going to show you the two seedlings that I'm going to go ahead. Let me stop and breathe. Let me just stop and breathe, you know what I mean? Okay, so before I go ahead and put on my second camera and start repotting, I'm just going to show you the two plants that I'm going to be repotting. Both of these, all these seedlings that I'm going to be repotting is from Font's Animal Plant House. I do have one from Kevin's Plant Corner on Instagram that I'm going to be repotting, maybe not today, but this one is from Font's Animal. It's the Anthurium Bessie AF crossed with Crystal Silver. It's in their soil mix, but I'm going to go ahead and put it into my own soil mix. And this new leaf popped out in my care, I believe so. I only had it for a few days, so that was fast. And typically, in my, like I said in my Anthurium video, I keep them in these containers like so, with the dome on top. But I'm gonna put it in my own Anthurium mix, and then I'll put it like I'll show you the pots I'm putting them in. So this is one seedling, and then I have this one also from Font's Animal. I showed this in my seedling video. This is the Anthurium Pink Lemonade crossed with Pure Pap, and this is kind of, let me try to pull it out here. It's always a excursion trying to get it out of here. And I'm repotting this one because obviously you can't see, but it's way too small. I mean, too big for the container. You can see some roots at the bottom, hopefully without me pouring anything out. And the sides, it's just filled with algae, and you can see it right there. It's just time. And they're kind of getting a little chlorotic, which means to me they're not getting the nutrients from the sphagnum moss. This is just in sphagnum moss, and there's some tree fern in the bottom, but not a fan of this mix, so we're gonna switch it on up. Those are the two that I'm going to be repotting today. So let me put on my camera before I forget. So I'm making do what I have. So I have these containers here. These are from Amazon. These are just like regular smoothie, like I think like smoothie or like for fruit and stuff like that. So this is what it looks like. This is the 10 ounce I bought. So it's 10 ounces, and it also comes with a matching dome with no hole in the dome, you know. So it's like so. You gotta kind of finagle it. Boom. And then I bought a pack of, I think there's 20 of them, 25 I think there is. And these are perfect for like growing your seeds in them or growing your seedlings in them like I'm doing today. Here I have, like I said, the containers. I only have 3 Anthurium, so I'm going to go ahead and repot. So today's mix is going to be like super, not random, but like I'm mixing it right now on the spot. Normally I have a container that has my Anthurium mix in it, but right now I'm just doing it on the spot because lately I don't have a lot of repotting to do for my Anthuriums. I have a lot for philodendrons. This is a lot, but not for my Anthuriums because I recently potted everything up, so they're all set. I have here a bucket of moss, like so. I did put some nutrient water in it, so right now I'm letting it soak it all up so that it'll be ready for when I need it. So first I have the moss. I don't want to mess up your view of everything. I have, of course, the one and only Myco. This is from Dynamyco, mycorrhizal inoculant. Of course, I've talked about this before in my videos. If you're not If you don't know about it, you can literally Google it, and there's so much info about it, whatever. Thirdly, I'm using tree fern fiber. This is the brand that I use. This is the brand that I use. I'm gonna also post down below the Amazon links for all of these products, and also any other link that I'm missing. If you're interested in seedlings, I'll post again everyone that I get my seedlings from. I normally do. This is my own personal soil mix. I'll do a video soon about the soil, how I make soil. I don't go soilless like a lot of people do. I use soil still. Until I'm like, you know, confident in my soilless mixture, I'll go ahead and use soilless. But until then, we're gonna have to use soil. Can you see that light? You can see it. Yeah. I even thought about using microleca as like a drainage, like something you put on the bottom for the reservoir, the bottom of the containers for reservoir, not for drainage, for a reservoir. But I think because it's a closed container, it should be fine. I don't feel the need to. I'll put a little bit. This is what microleca looks like if you've never seen it before. It's literally like mini leca balls. They're kind of cute and fun. I have propagated Hoyas in here, and it's been really great. So I'm gonna use this as a drainage just to test it out. I mean, why not? This has 2 seedlings, by the way. They sent me another one so graciously of them, and then this is just the one. So I'm gonna mix a little bit of my soil first. This is just soil that I've made from scratch. I'll have a video out about my soil mixture. I did promise someone who asked about it, so I have a video coming out about that. But I'm gonna put some soil at the bottom of it. Oh, there's not a lot of cocoa husk in this mix, and I mixed it literally super fast the other day. But some soil. I am transferring most of my anthuriums. I should try one in pond. Yeah. I'm gonna try one in pond. Let me grab it. I'm gonna try an Enos mix from Variegated Plant Shop. It's their DIY pond. You can kind of see what it looks like there. It's not focused, but I've showed you all it before, but I can show it to you one more again, no problem. I do store my pond or microleca. I don't know if you can tell. I store it with a little bit of water, like almost like with a reservoir, because it just helps to keep it moist. I've been doing this since I've like had these containers. I thought it would be really cool. So this is what it looks like. It's really colorful and fun. That's why I'm gonna pot one of the pink lemonade cross with pure pap in. So I'm not gonna mix too much of the soil. Just a smidgen, you know what I mean. I'm gonna add a little bit of moss that's been hydrated. I'm gonna squeeze out the excess. I'm squeezing out right now. Wow, there's little thingies in it. Wait, sometimes this is the New Zealand moss, and sometimes I'll still find like some pieces of like bark in it. You can kind of see that. Sometimes, I don't know, still find them sometimes, but I'm just gonna rip up this moss as well. Oh, it's still water in it, huh? Rip it up as fine as possible. Then I gotta dry my hands because it'll freak me out that that the soil is sticking to my hands. I don't know, I'm weird like that. I'm so sorry. And then I'm gonna pour some tree fern fiber. Oh, I do have a reel about this on my Instagram. This is pretty much it. I mean, I put a little tree fern fiber on there, in there. Not too much. Tree fern fiber is she's a little pricey. She's a little pricey. And then I'm gonna pour a little bit more perlite in there, only because again, this has no drainage holes in it. So I just want to make sure that it can still, the plant won't be waterlogged and the roots won't be waterlogged, all that stuff. So a little bit of perlite in there, and I'm gonna just mix it up. Nothing fancy. I'm just gonna grab a pen and just see how it looks like. If I like it, I use it. If I don't, I'll add something else in it. Let's see. Let's see. I like that. I like it. Perfect. This is what I'm going to use for my Anthurium mix. It's almost soilless, but it's not. It has soil in it, but it's very like, it has like large amendments in it, good drainage. This is what I use. I think the only reason why I haven't gone soilless is that, isn't there like nutrients in soil, you know? And I don't want like my plant to have, or just rely on me fertilizing it, because what if I don't always fertilize with each watering. So the soil has like a little bit of nutrients that can kind of help continue to feed the plant, even if I don't, you know. I could put slow release fertilizer in it, but I guess I could. I don't know. I'll try it out today. We'll see. Okay, so this is the pure pack we're dealing with first. There's 2 seedlings. I'm gonna go ahead and pour this out. Hopefully, yeah, you can see it. Sorry. This is my first time doing this. I was gonna do it a while ago, but I'm like, I hate the fact that, you know, it's like really algae ridden. Ugh. I waited way too long to do this. Definitely my fault. Oh, it's in tree fern as well at the bottom. I said that right. So the nice thing about tree fern is that it kind of just falls off the roots. So this is what we're dealing with right here. One baby. Hopefully you can see that in the camera. I don't even know if you can see that. I don't even know. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see it now. One seedling. It should have been bigger by now. That's why I know it needs to be in a bigger pot, because anthuriums, they don't play games. Once it's ready, they're ready. Like, start up potting them. In my experience, you can even pot them in a bigger pot. To me, like, they like to be potted in bigger pots. Not like, you know how certain plants like to be root bound? In my experience, anthuriums are not one of those plants. They like to be potted. And I do have a tag. Do I have a tag? I do have a tag. I think I do. I do have a tag, yeah. I gotta make another one. I'm trying to get into the habit of making tags for my plants. Because, especially now that like I'm collecting so many seedlings, it's really easy to lose track of them. I know like during that time when I wasn't watering anything, I think when I started to get back into watering everything, I was so unsure as to what everything was, because it's been like, it was like a few weeks of me not looking at anything. So it just made me way stressed out to figure out. But thankfully I like document a lot on my Instagram. One second, just missed my eye. Could be soil. Could be soil. Thankfully I document everything, so I went back to my stories and I checked to see what plant was what. I have so many seedlings, like it's insane. I love it though. It's fun growing them. They're just fun. So I'm going to fold this in half to conserve space. One smaller. It's funny because this one here, this one was really like a super small seed, and this was like, that was the complimentary seed they sent me. And this one was the bigger one. You can just kind of tell. Bigger root system and everything. Okay, so you have 2 babies here. I'm going to put the layer of microleca for extra, just for like a little bit of a reservoir. I'm going to put maybe 2 scoops maybe. Let's see, I'm trying it out. This one is going to, I'm going to put the bigger one in soil because I'm more experienced with the soil. This is how much microleca I'm putting in. And then the smaller one I'm going to put in pond, because I've seen a lot of people like talk about the benefits of like putting their anthuriums in pond, and I've seen like super great growth, like people who just pot their anthuriums in ponds. One second. Yeah? What was I saying? Oh, I've seen like a lot of people that has like great growth with a pond. People swear by pond when it comes to anthurium. So I think I'm gonna try it. I did have one anthurium that I potted in pond. That was my Anthurium forgetii, and I overwatered it, which is, it was in like a container like this, and I overwatered it. So I definitely overwatered it because I had to leave. I was going on vacation for a few days, and I wanted to make sure it didn't dry out, but she didn't have to be watered that you know, like that much, you know. My birds are fighting. So we have a special guest. This is my OG. Thank you. Say hi. Hi. This is my OG baby bat. Thank you. Say hi, YouTube. Say hi. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Good boy. Yeah, it's like pretty you are. He's the oldest. He's, how old are you? 8 or 9? He's 8. And baby Kata is 2.5, I think. So she's the, no, she's gonna be almost 3 January. So she's the baby. He's the older one. You're gone. Okay. He's done. Yeah, this is why I don't film with him much, because he don't even like to be in my room as much. Anyway, this is getting longer and more complicated than it was supposed to be. Okay, back to repotting. So yeah, I'm gonna try one in soil. I'm getting a little bit of a reservoir this time. This way I can keep track of how much water's in it. I don't want the whole substrate to be, you know, like wet like that. So I'm hoping the reservoir would help. I'm gonna put a little bit of mixture at the bottom. Should I put the big one or the small one in this? Guys, help me. Should I put the big one or the small one? I don't know what I'm gonna put in here. The big one's gonna get really big, I already know. I'm gonna do this one in soil. Before I go ahead and pot that back, or repot it, or pot it back up, I'm gonna add some Myco on the roots there. You already know how we do. Some Dino Myco. I'm gonna put like this much of it. And I'm just gonna crush it up and then pour it, like, you know, crush it up onto the roots like that. I've seen people use this and they would actually really smart. They would like crush it up in a bag and use it as a powder. It's easier to use as a powder than like the little pellets that it comes in. But yeah, I haven't crushed the whole bag up yet. Sounds like more work to me, and I'm just like, eh. Yeah, so this is what it looks like in there right now. Hopefully my camera is focusing so you can see. You can see the little orangey powder almost looks like sand over the roots. I'll show y'all too. You can't really see, but it's in there, I promise. Then I'm just gonna fill up the rest with the soil. The Anthurium mix. Normally I'll put some moss around the crown of the plant. So first let me get this situated. I want her to be a little centered. I'm going to pour a little bit more of the actual tree fern part of the soil on top as well. And let me see if I can see any roots. Not yet. Okay, cool. Sometimes, just to be safe, it's nice to plant a pot a little bit closer to the side so that you can monitor roots if you're worried about root rot or stuff like that. But it should be fine. Yeah, it's getting chlorotic. I don't think it's the light. I think it's because it's lacking nutrients. Okay, so let me grab a little bit more moss just to decorate the top of it. See, there's some stuff in it. Look, it's like a dead twig or something. That's on me. Well, okay. I'm gonna cover the crown in spag. I was thinking about doing an experiment. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. I would buy 4 seeds, and right now there's someone on Facebook selling 4 seeds that I may go ahead and buy and just see what comes of them. But it's 4 seeds, and I would just compare, do like a little bit of experiment and see which substrate does the chair. I would do an experiment and see which substrate like works best for Anthurium seedlings or seeds, and just grow them in a substrate. So I was thinking moss would be one, tree fern would be the second, and I would make some perlite in that. The third would be my Anthurium mix, and then the fourth would be pond. Did I say that? Yeah, pond would be the fourth one. I think that'd be kind of cool to see. I saw some results on Facebook what people came up with, but I think I want to try it myself just to see, you know, that I could be like, oh, for my environments, for me, this substrate works better. I don't know, you know, I think it'd be kind of fun. So baby Anthurium 1 done. Super cute, super fun. This, I'm gonna leave the tag in here so I don't forget. Actually, I'll rename it. I'll rename it with you guys. One second, let me get a tag. Unfortunately, I only have these like teal color tags. Again, they don't go with my aesthetic and stuff like that, but I get them for free when you buy those Coco Core poles, or those Coco Core, yeah, poles, whatever. So I'm gonna use that for now. So I typically label my plants, but I know it's an Anthurium because it looks like one for me. So I'm gonna put, let me do it on the camera. I'm gonna put pink lemonade, pink lemonade X pure pap at the bottom. pure happy. And then on the back, hopefully I'm okay. On the back, I normally put where I get it from. So I'm gonna put font animal. I know it's Phil and Lexi, so I'm just gonna put that right here in the container. I'm gonna water it right after this video. I'm not gonna water it on camera because it's pretty simple. Just gonna put a little bit of water, kind of fill the reservoir so that all the substrate is moist, and then period. So I think like after this next leaf, once it pushes out one more leaf, I think I'll go ahead and take the dome off and let it just live normally in my greenhouse. But first one done, really cute. I'm gonna let it grow one more time and then take this off and see how it goes. Even this seedling's a little big for it, but that's all I have. So yeah, that's it. One is done. One is done and done. That's on period. Second one's gonna be in pond. Now it's gonna be crazy to see if this one is better than the other seedling, even though the other one's way more, like, you know, ahead of the game than that one. Drama. So I'm gonna fill the bottom with some microleca like the first time. I think I'm gonna put a little bit more because I think I have a problem with overwatering pond. Let me vacuum this up real quick. 1 second. Okay, now this baby, I'm gonna try to remove as much of the tree fern as possible without ripping a root, hopefully. Remember I told y'all in the last video that I don't know what happens to the Anthurium seed once they grow up. Like once it starts to, this is Michael on my finger by the way. It's super powdery, it kind of stays on your finger. Yeah, I don't know what happens to the seed. I'm so serious. I probably look so stupid saying it probably disintegrated or fell off. I don't know. But I really don't know. I'm gonna wash the rest of the tree fern off these roots. I'll be right back. So I'm gonna add some Dino Myco to the roots once more. I'm gonna put a little bit more so that these roots can take off and just start giving me more foliage. You know what I mean? Because it is time, friend. It's time. Don't hold back. So this is what it looks like. All that Myco I'm putting in there. Let me get the soil out of the way. I'm not even using it right now. Oh my gosh, soil. My mixer is here. And then I'm just going to pour some into there. I'm going to use this. Mix it in some perlite. No, so it's hard to mix it maybe because the pond and perlite are different sizes. Like such a difference in sizes, but okay, that works for me. It's barely any perlite. A little bit of perlite in there, okay? Just gonna give it a little tap. There's some Myco on the leaves, but it'll survive. And this is her. She's still tiny, so cute and tiny. This is her. And her pond mix. And the microleca at the bottom. Everybody wish her luck, please. Please. This is, again, I'm gonna write it again. And that's going there as well with a cover. 2 seedlings down. 1 seedling in pond and perlite with some microleca. Second one is in my Anthurium mix, microleca at the bottom. Yeah. Okay, 2 down, 1 more to go. The last one's gonna be in soil. I'm gonna put this right back in here. You know why? Because they're all the same thing. We all do the same thing, huh? I can put this pond away now. I can put this bag away and go for now. And I'm going to pot this baby into the same last container here. This is, again, the Bessier Ave crossed with Crystal Silver. I think I did buy it, obviously, but it's bad when you don't remember what you bought. They have it in their soil mix already, which I've bought before, which is like a great mixture. A lot of cocoa husk, perlite, cocoa coir I think as well. But I've used it before. There's nothing wrong with it. But I need to give my seedlings a little bit of sphagnum moss. Just a little bit. To me, it kind of helps a little bit with the water retention, and some tree fern. I think they started putting tree fern in their soil. So this is great soil to use over again. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in my mix. A little bit of micro at the bottom. Just a little bit. And then I need like one of those like little soil scoopers. I have this one, but it's like really big. I want like the smaller cylinder ones. I saw on Amazon today. I think I'm gonna get it. I use this one, like a ice, like a, you know, the ice, you know. I have this one, but it's kind of a little bit too big, but I'm gonna use it today. Can you see? No. I have to get used to this, guys. I'm so sorry. It was putting out a new leaf and it's kind of ruffled. I should have potted it out. Oh. I apologize. Actually, for this one, I'm going to do no. No, I'm going to leave it like this. I don't think I have an Anthurium without, that's in no drainage and also has no reservoir. So I'm going to keep the reservoir. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? And put the soil right there on top. Try to put a little bit more of the tree fern. Perfect. I'm going to get my myco ready in my hand. Get the myco ready. There's the myco. And then I'm just going to plop this baby. Oh, you awkward with your two legs. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And just sprinkle some myco on your feet. On your little leggies. You'll be good. You'll be happy. I doubt this pot will even affect you. This repot will even affect you, honestly. I'm just going to try to put it straight, like so. Fill it up. Well, come on now, let's leave it alone. You've got to get used to it, girl. Get used to it. I can't wait to see this one get bigger, because Bessie AF, y'all. If you don't know, I'm a big advocate of Bessie AFs. Anthurium Bessie AF, I think everyone should get one. Everyone should have one in their collection, because they're just super gorgeous. They're easy, in my opinion. And I think I'll come out with a care guide on how I take care of my two Bessie AFs, because they've gotten bigger, like really big. Like for me at least, you know, not like for people who's I've been growing them for a year and a half now, and they've gotten pretty big. So yeah. How cute is this one? The cutest soil, my Anthurium mixed soil with some micro Lego. This is the last one, y'all. That's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed how I kind of up pot my seedlings from a small container like so to a big one like this. You know what I mean? Give it a little more space, you know, so they can feel homey. Anthurium roots, they root pretty quick if you give it the right environment, especially if you give them myco. They're gonna root pretty fast. So this is another one in pond. Everyone wish her good luck. Oh, I can see her roots. Hold on. I don't want that much air pocket now, friend. Hold on. You're trying to kill yourself before you even started? Oh my gosh. Tap her in. She can get settled without like knocking her over. Jeez. I should have cut these tags in half, but I'm gonna water them in a second. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. This is it for this video. Let me know if you want to see more repotting videos. I definitely have like bigger plants, so I don't even know how I'm gonna go ahead and like set it up with my plant room set up here, but I'll figure it out. Let me know if you're interested still. I do have an Anthurium to pot. I have some philodendron to pot. Oh my gosh. I have my Cebu blue to pot, which is trailing up my wall. That's gonna be fun. Something else is gonna repot too, and I said that I'll make fun. Oh, my Anthurium bellatus, the oldest plant. Chair squeak. The oldest Anthurium in my collection. I'll go ahead and repot that too on camera if you guys are interested in more repottings. Feel free to check me out on Instagram at Koa's Plant Corner. I do post more planting content on Instagram there. I'm also very active in my stories, and that's where you can reach out to me and we can just become plant friends over there as well. And that's it. What else left to say? Oh, also, let me know if you guys are interested in the whole experiment with the Anthurium seeds and what substrate, you know, they grow best in. Let me know. I think that'd be really fun to do. So I'm gonna post this video pretty early so that I can get you guys' responses like as soon as possible so I can go buy those seeds, you know? But yeah, that's it once more. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.